Hi, this is Belinda with Belinda's Baubles, and welcome to Christmas in July, day 11. This is our second day in Waco, and I got to spend a little bit of time down in the lobby with some coffee and knitting. I'm working on my secret summer crop all in cotton before the grandkids came down, and we headed off to the Magnolia Market. This was started by Chuck and Joanna Gaines from Fixer Upper HGTV show, and it is an experience and a half. I'm not a big fan of their show, but I am a big fan of this shop. It was just such a fun time. Okay, we have bags and accessories in this one. Souvenir shop. Not sure what's in there. Cannot see all the signage. And all the guys out here waiting for the wives. It was probably the first year that this place was open the last time I was here. And half of this area was not here at that time, including this old historic Waco church that's been moved on site and renovated. This was just a beautiful building, very peaceful, and look at all these windows. Each wall was just a little bit different. And of course it was air conditioned, so it was just like getting a breath of fresh air on a hot summer day. Across the way there are the silos. Now those were built in 1950 as part of the Brazos Valley Cotton Oil Company, and the mill closed in 1958. The site ceased to serve as storage in the 1990s. Now this is the home area of Magnolia. Notice all of the flowers and everything. My understanding is that all the decorations change that they're selling from season to season. There's even a coffee shop. Allie really did love looking at those pastries, and the coffee smelled amazing. And there is a wiffle ball field. At times there were families out there playing. Out in the courtyard here are a lot of different food trucks. I love food trucks, but I didn't get the chance to eat at all of them. I did try the iced tea, and it was really good. Then there's the regular market. See that sale shop back there? I did go in there. And look at this. This seems to be one of their big sellers, is these knitted washcloths. Now we know how to make those. Take a look all through here. And it wasn't a super crowded day that day. There was a lot of people, but not as crowded as I would imagine it is on the weekends. And these candles smelled amazing. They're supposed to be the smaller ones 50 hours of burning time and the larger ones 100 hours. Lots of area to be able to sit around, and this is the bakery that we're heading into next. And they have the silos cookies and the chocolate chip cookies and different things. Lawn games. They have concerts at times and different events. And this beautiful garden over here. I'll let you, if you want to take a little look at the history of the grounds, you can pause and read that. There were bees buzzing around, and it just smelled amazing in here. It's become a bit of a tourist trap, I know, but it was relaxing, and you could really spend an entire day just hanging out and doing the different things here. I tried for a little bit. Okay, our next stop was the Fabled Bookshop. And this is an independent bookstore in Waco, and they have different themes, as you're seeing there, that have to do with Narnia, the lion. They've got a coffee shop and bakery, and a lot of different notations for recommendations from the different people that work there. And this was one of the first things that caught my eye, the Rose Code. I just finished that. And going into the kids area, they have a wardrobe. Of course, I had to try it. Kids were in and out of it too. This is a kids area, and there was just unique seating all the way through. We all went away with a new book, even though they did have things like whoopee cushions. And of course, you had to check out the craft area and the craft section. And one of the girls told me that she is actually a crocheter. Now, that Viking Knits book looked interesting. I kept running into books that I've just finished reading. It was interesting to see how popular they were, but also to kind of see what might be the next thing that I start listening to. They even had a table set up having to do with dragons and Dungeons and Dragons. The Six of Crows was a recommendation, and Alyssa got that book and started reading it. Look at that, even a table for doing puzzles. All right, so next we ended up outside going to the Waco Mammoth National Monument. These are Columbian mammoths, which stood 14 feet tall. This was a male mammoth that you're seeing right there. And in this area, there's also a camel up there on your right in the middle. We're back with the male mammoth here. He just kind of sprawled out when he died. But he is on a different level, a few hundred years from the original mammoths that were found and excavated from here that they're still studying, which was a nursery herd. That one there was one from the nursery herd, and that was about 15 mammoths. And they're located at Baylor University, still being studied. Now, this female mammoth here, you can see all four of her teeth, and they are working on her right now. This is an active dig site. And now that it is a national monument, there is a paleontologist on staff. That is what they figure the mammoths looked like. A lot of interesting history there. Our last stop was Homestead Heritage. Now, this is an agrarian community where it's Bible-based, and a lot of people live in the area, and the land is owned by the church, and everyone kind of pulls together. Lots of crafts sold there. They have restaurants and different things. In the fall, I've been there for some of their fairs. Always have enjoyed it. But I wanted to just kind of look around during a regular day whenever they have their shops open. This was their craft area. These are woven cloths that are made on site. And again, I just want something relaxing and different to do. Look at all of those beautiful quilts up there that they've made. And talk about an old-fashioned heavy-duty broom. They also have all sorts of different crafts that they make on site and sell to the public, as well as artwork. Take a look at these little mushrooms and mushroom babies. sweet peas there. Isn't that a cute way of making a peg doll? And I love the little turtles and crocheted chickens. We walked across the area and headed over to the spinning, weaving, and knitting area. To get there, we had to go past the mill. And this was one area that I'd remembered from previous times. It's just so picturesque. And we'll go in there in a minute. But first, I need to go check out the yarn. Now, they have their own sheep on site and do their own dyeing as well as selling from some others. Isn't that beautiful? And of course, I was ready for another air-conditioned building. They teach all sorts of classes here. Okay. So they had a lot of weaving supplies. And there was somebody taking a class in the back, I believe. This is some of their the commercial yarns as well as some of their own yarns that they sell, some from their own sheep, others that they've purchased the wool and dyed it up. Here is the weaving area. I've always found that something that would be interesting to try. I probably need to get my drop spindle going first before I pull in another hobby. I loved all these cones. I had to go look all through them. They had a little sale area down there. Now, I was good. I actually left without getting me any new yarn since I am trying to go through all of my stash I have at the moment. This is inside the mill. They had a little coffee shop in there. And this is a working mill where they grind up corn and wheat. I did get a little bit of blue corn meal here just to try and see what it's like. Well, that's about it from me in the future. I'm going to send you back to me in the past, and I will see you on day 13. Thank you so much for watching. I thought I would leave you here with this beautiful scene. We've had a great vacation, little mini trip, and I hope you've enjoyed coming along with us. And I will see you tomorrow. Just want to breathe it in.